Hello everyone, and once again welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Ray, and today I will be talking about a very great news on how people can immigrate to Vernon, British Columbia here in Canada. In one of my previous videos, I talk about one of the most exciting programs that has been launched 2020 here in Canada, which is called the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program. So if you're interested to learn about how you could immigrate to the beautiful province of British Columbia, please watch this video until the end. Oh, by the way, if you're interested about living and immigrating here in Canada, I create videos on how to immigrate here in Canada. I also provide tips and advice on how you would be able to improve your possibilities of immigrating here in Canada. I also just completed my immigration diploma last January 2020. So if you are interested about Canada immigration or anything about Canada, please hit the subscribe button below and share my videos. Also, if you have some questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to write it on the inbox section below, and I will try my best to give you answers so that I could discuss it during our YouTube live happening once a week. So once again, let us discuss what Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program is all about. So this is a very new program that has been launched to increase the economy of small communities and cities here in Canada. There are several small communities and cities who are participating in this newest program. So I would encourage each and all of you to please take advantage of this very great news while the program is still new and the provinces are still encouraging or needing lots of people who will fill in their needs to help sustain or improve the economic needs of their rural provinces and communities. So let's start. Let us review what are the minimum requirements for you to qualify for this program. On this video, we will be focusing solely in one of the communities in the province of British Columbia, which is called Vernon. I will be discussing the process on how you could start your application and become one of the first immigrants that will be processed here in Vernon, BC, under the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program. The first step in the application process is for you to make sure that you meet the eligibility requirements of the program. As I've discussed in my previous videos, it is very important that you have at least 1 year of job experience on the NOC that you are applying. It can be a mix of part-time and full-time as long as you actually got the experience in the past 3 years. It could also be a work experience inside or outside Canada. In addition, this job should be a paid work experience, meaning volunteer jobs or unpaid internships will not be considered. You must also have an ECA or an Education Credential Assessment, which is equivalent to a Canadian high school level. That means that you do not have to study here in Canada to qualify for that. It could be a high school graduate from your home country or any other country. It must be converted through the use of designated organization who will actually convert your international credential to its Canadian equivalent. Once again, it is necessary that you must have a Canadian high school graduate level. And similar to other programs on immigrating here in Canada, it is a requirement or a must that you should have at least meet the minimum level of language competency required to immigrate here in Canada. It should be in either of the two official languages of Canada, which is English and French. In Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, the level of your language competency will be depending on the NOC level of the job you are applying. For example, if you're applying for job levels NOC 0 and A, these are the jobs which belong to a manager or assistant manager's level, it is a must that you should have at least meet a minimum language of CLB 6. If you're applying for a job which belongs to NOCB, such as a supervisor level, then it is a must that you should have a minimum language of CLB 5. Another important requirement that you should have is that you meet the minimum proof of fund. So people are asking, is this proof of fund or POF, can they borrow it from their relatives or their mother, sister, brother, or anyone else? The answer is no. The settlement fund should be under your name, and IRCC will accept deposits or assets, stocks, bonds, or any financial statement that will show that you own this, and that should be your proof of fund. You should be presenting a bank statement or bank certificate. And for one person who is actually applying to immigrate here in Canada under the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, you should have at least a minimum of 8,722 Canadian dollars. I have been receiving several questions about the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program. Whether is it important that you get a job offer before you could apply in the community's portal? The answer is no, because the needs or the requirements that you should have are the minimum requirements to be eligible to immigrate in Canada, or the IRCC requirements. Once you have all these requirements or you meet all of them, then you could have an access to create your profile through the portal of the community that you are interested to be immigrating to. And after that, you would have an access of its job portal where you could actually send your application directly to the employers. So with that, that means you do not need a job offer to make a profile on the community's Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Programs portal. Again, you do not need a job offer to start the application. However, when you are processing your permanent residence, yes, then there you need the job offer from an employer from that community. I hope that's clear. Second step to process your application or to start your application for Vernon RNIP is that you should also meet the requirements of the community. So what are the requirements of the Vernon community? Number one is that you must meet the federal eligibility requirements, which is the first step. Second, the candidates must intend to live in the community of Vernon, BC. That means you cannot ask people after you get your permanent residence where you could move or when you could start to move out of the community or of the province that you got your permanent residence. Number 3, for RNIP in Vernon, the minimum language requirement is CLB 5. So that means even though you are applying for NOC and D jobs, you are required to meet the level which is CLB 5. And lastly, one of the most important requirements is for you to be considered for RNIP in Vernon, BC, you must create a profile in their portal and you can only apply for job through that portal. At the moment, the website of Vernon, BC doesn't show yet what are the job openings in their community. However, please stand by and check their website from time to time so you would be the first persons who would know what are the job requirements in that location. Their website is rnip-vernon.ca. And when you get the chance that you are able to apply and send your application, please make sure that you do well during the interview so that you won't miss this opportunity to be given an opportunity to immigrate in the province of British Columbia in the city of Vernon. And after that, you will get your job offer. You will be signing the requirements until you will be processing for your recommendation from the community, which is one of the requirements for you to apply your permanent residence here in Canada. This program is one of the newest programs that is intended to speed up the process of immigrating here in Canada. I hope that this video is helpful to you, and if you have any questions or concerns, please put that in the comment section below and we will be more than happy to discuss it in our next videos. Once again, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and please, if you haven't done so, subscribe to my YouTube channel and see you next time.